In this video, we will explore how the legend of the werewolf emerged, its different mythologies around the world, and how this supernatural creature became an iconic figure in today's pop culture. From ancient tales to blockbuster movies and modern series, the werewolf continues to intrigue and inspire scary stories. This creature, half man and half beast, has a long history that goes far beyond the horror stories we know today. The story of the werewolf dates back to ancient civilizations. One of the earliest records of this legend comes from ancient Greece, with the myth of Lycaon, a king who, according to mythology, tried to deceive the god Zeus by serving him human flesh at a banquet. As punishment, Zeus transformed him into a wolf, marking the beginning of the legend of men turning into wolves. Beyond Greece, many cultures around the world have their own versions of the werewolf legend. In Norse mythology, there were the berserkers, fierce warriors who believed they were possessed by the spirits of animals, including wolves, during battle. In medieval Europe, the stories of werewolves began to take the form we know today, with men cursed or condemned to transform into beasts at night, especially during the full moon. This idea of transformation was often linked to curses, sins, or pacts with demons, making the werewolf a symbol of punishment and damnation. In Brazil, the werewolf is also a popular figure in folklore. According to tradition, a werewolf is born as the seventh son after a sequence of male children or as the seventh child after 6 daughters. The transformation occurs during full moon nights, when the cursed one transforms into a creature half man, half wolf, roaming rural areas in search of victims. In Brazilian folklore, the werewolf is often described as a being that attacks domestic animals like chickens and goats, leaving a trail of destruction wherever it goes. In the 20th century, the werewolf legend exploded on the big screen and in pop culture. In 1941, the film The Wolf Man, starring Lon Chaney Jr., popularized the image of the werewolf as a man cursed to transform into a ferocious creature under the full moon. This version of the werewolf heavily influenced how the character would be portrayed in films and series in the following decades. Since then, the werewolf has evolved in many cinematic and television adaptations. Films like An American Werewolf in London, 1981, introduced more realistic and frightening transformations, while modern series like Teen Wolf and films like Twilight brought new perspectives on the creature, often romanticizing the werewolf and transforming it into a symbol of strength, internal conflict, and duality. Over the centuries, the werewolf has become more than just a monster. It represents the wild side of humanity, the conflict between the civilized man and his most primal urges. This duality is what makes the legend so powerful and enduring. The werewolf is often seen as a symbol of loss of control, especially in modern portrayals, where the man who transforms into a wolf struggles to retain his humanity. Today, the werewolf remains a popular figure. We see references to it in video games, comics, and even fashion, with the full moon and wolf being icons of mysticism and power. The werewolf also appears in hit series like The Witcher and Supernatural, where the creature is reimagined in fantasy and horror contexts. Many of these works explore the more emotional side of the creature, focusing on the internal dilemma of living between two worlds, the human and the animal. This makes the werewolf one of the most complex figures in modern horror, blending fear and tragedy into one creature. The legend of the werewolf is one of the richest and most dynamic in world folklore. From its early myths to its adaptation into modern pop culture, this creature continues to fascinate, scare, and sometimes even move us. Whether in ancient mythology, Brazilian folklore, or horror films, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about legends and supernatural creatures, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified about upcoming videos. See you next time, and watch out for the full moon.